The children dream, and their tears may fall, but we'll hear them call, and another song will rise. Yes, another song will rise. Another song will rise. One, two, three. Clap your hands. Not by might and not by power, but by Spirit alone shall we all live in peace. Not by might and not by power, but by Spirit alone shall we all live in peace. The children sing, the children dream, and their tears may fall, but we'll hear them call, and another song will rise. Yes, another song will rise. Another song will rise. One, two, three. Not by might and not by power, but by Spirit alone shall we all live in peace. Not by might, not by power. Shalom.
Hag Urim Sameach. Happy Hanukkah, friends. We're so excited to celebrate this first night of Hanukkah with you here from Congregation Kol Ami in West Hollywood, California. We're so excited to be with Rabbi Max Chaikin, who's just saying Debbie Friedman's Not by Might, Not by Power, based on the Haftarah for Hanukkah from the book of Zechariah, and our student rabbi, Alana Rabashaw. We're so glad to celebrate and welcome in this beautiful festival of lights with all of you. Hanukkah is such a special holiday, not only because it brings light in darkness, but it reminds us about the power of a miracle. It reminds us that miracles still happen and the potential for miracles are still there. And so if you have needed a miracle, like I've needed one this year, like our world needs a miracle this year, like our world needs to come out of the darkness of this pandemic towards the light of health and well-being, and we want to light the candles with you tonight. So we're going to put up on the screen for you to celebrate with us. I hope you have your Chanukiah, your menorah, ready to light the candles as we sing the brachot, sing the blessings together on this first night of the holiday of Hanukkah. So I hope you can get your flamethrowers like I have mine, or light your match, and light the very tallest candle, the shamash, or the server candle that we use to light all of the others. And I'm going to sing this very first blessing and invite you to sing it with me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who makes us holy with your mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the Hanukkah lights. Alana, the second blessing.
Please join me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavoteinu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who has made miracles for our ancestor during these days and during this time. Rabbi Max.
Amen. And on this first night, we join together in song, singing our Shehechianu blessing. for the blessing of being here at this moment this year once again. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. We'll continue singing together Ma'oz Sur Yeshuati, this traditional song of our ancestors' victory, of our ancestors overcoming the numbers, overcoming the challenges they faced to persevere and rededicate the temple at this season. Ma'oz Sur Yeshuati L'chanael L'shabeach Tikon Beit Tefilati V'sham Toda Nizabeach Li'etachin Mabeach Mitzar Hamnabeach Az Egmor Beshir Mizmor Chanukah HaMizbeach Az Egmor Beshir Mizmor Chanukah HaMizbeach. Rock of ages, let our song praise your saving power. You amidst the raging foes were our sheltering tower. Furious they assailed us, but your arm availed us, and your word broke their sword when our own strength failed us, and your word broke their sword when our own strength failed us.
So beautiful. Haneirot halalu anachnu madlichin al hanisim va'al niflaot va'al tshuot va'al milchamot she'asita lavotenu limotenu vayamim hahem bazman hazeh. We kindle these lights because of the wondrous deliverance you performed for our ancestors during these 8 days of Hanukkah. These lights are sacred to us. We are not to use them, but only to behold them, so that their glow may rouse us to give thanks for your wondrous acts of deliverance. That's what this holiday is about, wondrous acts of deliverance and miracles that still abound. Tonight, I want to share with you on our first night a beautiful Hanukkah story. As you can see, Rabbi Ravishah showing us the book that we're going to read the story out of, A Year of Jewish Stories. It's a wonderful book by Grace Ragus Mazel and Samantha Schubert with beautiful illustrations by Tammy L. Kaiser. 52 stories for children and their family, but it's children of all ages. This is a story known as The Empty Fork. It's said that every Friday night on Shabbat Eve, 2 angels visit every Jewish home and peek through the kitchen windows. If they see Shabbat candles that are lit and a table set with good food and wine, then the first angel, the kind one, exclaims, "May it be God's will that next Shabbat is exactly the same." The second angel, who is a bit of a cranky sort and a bit of a troublemaker, is forced to answer Amen. If, on the other hand, they approach a Jewish home and find it dark or without food or wine or any kind of Shabbat delights, then the disagreeable angel gloats, "You see, they've forgotten. They have forgotten Shabbat." And then the angel makes that blessing, may it be God's will that the next Shabbat is the same. And when the angel says those words, they sound more like a curse. Anyway, the kind angel is forced to respond, "Amen, I believe it." On this particular Friday night evening, the cranky angel was feeling very confident. "I believe that's 34 homes so far and not a single candle lit. Am I right?" Now, the kind angel answered, "Don't be so quick to judge them. After all, the laws here in Russia won't let them practice Judaism. The Tsar had forbidden it." Still, peering into the next house, the kind angel hoped beyond hope that this house would prove him wrong. But the tiny room was indeed cold and dark, and an old woman sat alone at a table that was completely bare, except for an empty plate and a fork. By now, the cranky angel was already saying the blessing, while the kind one just shook their head and whispered, "Amen." But something kept them from leaving the window. Perhaps it was the peaceful look on the woman's face. Her skin was milky white, and though it showed the proof of her years, it glowed somehow. There was a faint smile on her lips, and her eyes was a reflection of the candlelight, although there were no candles burning. The cranky angel called impatiently, "Come on, there's nothing there. Let's finish our rounds." But the kind angel could not let go of this old woman. A few days later, the angel returned. Once again, all was quiet. The fire in the hearth had burned down, and only a crust of bread and a glass of tea sat on the table. Yet the woman looked completely content. The angel knew that they were breaking the rules, but the kind angel flew into the house and stood close to the old woman. In her left hand, she grasped a pen, but she was not writing. Instead, she rested it on her shoulder, and her fingers moved up and down in quick rhythm. Her foot tapped the floor, and her head nodded along suddenly. The kind angel realized he was hearing a violin playing, although there was no instrument in sight. The old woman nudged her chair towards the hearth, although only glowing ashes remained. The angel was quite sure he felt the warmth of a roaring fire. Although neither of them spoke, the angel was surrounded by the noise and laughter of a house full of people. And although they were quite alone, the angel heard someone calling in a sweet voice, "Natasha, it's time to eat." The old lady moved her chair back to the table, put down her pen, and took a crust of bread in her hand and said the bracha, the blessing over it, "Amotzi lecha min haaretz." The kind angel was no longer surprised when the room filled with the scent of roast chicken and soup. "I'm coming, I'm coming," the angel heard her answer, although the old woman's lips did not move. "But I must first do one more thing," she said. And then the angel heard the rattle of coins dropping in an unseen tzedakah box. The next Friday was also the first night of Chanukah. The kind angel was even sadder than usual as the angel visited all the Jewish homes. For each house that the angel blessed, the cranky angel got to bless 100. Then they arrived at the home of the old woman. "Come inside with me," the kind angel said. "It's early, and besides, what have you got to lose?" "It's against the rules," said the cranky angel. "And besides, what have I got to gain?" He looked through the window and saw no Shabbat candles, no Chanukah, and no latkes, just an old woman sitting by herself at a table. "It's the same as all the others," said the cranky one. "What are you hoping for? A miracle?" "Maybe so," said the kind angel, and pulling the partner along behind him, they entered the little house. "So what are we waiting for?" said the cranky angel. "It's cold and dark in here. Let's go." "Shh, be quiet," the kind angel whispered back. "Just watch." The old woman closed her eyes and raised her empty fork to her lips, and then, her voice shattering the quiet, the woman exclaimed, "Ah, it's delicious!" The kind angel eyes closed. The angel felt the thump of feet dancing to the Hanukkah songs. The angel heard an old man's voice telling the story of Judah Maccabee and his brothers defeating Antiochus's army. The angel saw lots and lots of candles and shiny coins and dreidels spinning. The angel smelled the fried onions and potatoes. And when the angel opened their eyes, they could still taste the latkes. You're right, the kind angel said, they are delicious. But the old woman didn't hear the angel. She just rose from her seat and went to lie down on her little bed, wrapped warmly in all of her memories. And as the two angels turned to leave, the cranky one looked back and shrugged. That fork was empty, you know, the angel said. Maybe so, said the kind angel, but I could tell you that you tasted the latkes too. Admit it. And besides, is it a mitzvah just to eat greasy food? No, the mitzvah is to remember the miracle of the holiday. And I say that she remembered. The old woman remembered the miracle, said the kind angel. The czar's rule won't last forever, but her memories and her good deeds, her mitzvot, will. And so the kind angel said a blessing that night, and the cranky angel reluctantly answered, Amen. May the sweetness of this Hanukkah and the latkes, if you eat them, or the bumelos, the Sephardic fried dough with honey, or the sufganiyot that you taste, be sweet. But let each one remind you of the great miracle of the season, of the few defeated the mighty, and that the temple was restored and the worship of Adonai returned, even when those refused to allow us to be. That is the miracle of Hanukkah, along with the miracle of the Chanukiah and the light that we seek.
Amen.
We're so glad that you've been part of our holiday celebration. Each night we're going to be online to light the candles together from Congregation Kol Ami. And we're going to really have an opportunity tomorrow night on Shabbat at 6:30 online streaming to celebrate a really fun holiday celebration. We'll light the Hanukkah candles. We have a great Hanukkah story and play put on by a lot of our members, the Antiochus Roadshow, and so much more on Saturday night with our Iron Chef Maccabee game show. So I hope you'll join us, and you can find out more about Congregation Kol Ami at kol-ami.org. We are grateful at this Hanukkah season because we have our Hanukkah candle campaign, where we encourage everyone to be the light and to help us shed more light in the world at Congregation Kol Ami. Help us sponsor a candle in our Hanukkah menorah. The first night is dedicated to the Jewish value of truth, of emet. And of course, one of God's sacred special names is emet, truth. We need more truth in the world. And so we're grateful to our donors tonight already who have underwritten the Candle of Truth, Rabbi Max Chaikin and his husband, Rabbi Danny Shapiro, Mark Gay, and Duke Marine. And if you would like to sponsor tonight's candle, the Candle of Truth, or one of the other remaining candles, the Candle of Health, Family, Kindness, Hope, Justice, Faith, Joy, or Peace, you can go to our Kol Ami website at kol-ami.org, and for a $100 donation, help sponsor the candles in our Hanukkah menorah and help us be the light. And if you go to our website on the Hanukkah page, you'll find the recipe for the Sephardic Hanukkah treat of bumelos. Delicious. You don't want to miss it. We're going to close our time together as we sing a special Sephardic, a Ladino Hanukkah song tonight to keep us in the spirit and help us be the light together. Ocho Candelicas.
Hanukkah linda está aquí, 8 candelas para mí. Hanukkah linda está aquí, 8 candelas para mí. Oh, una candelica, dos candelicas, 3 candelicas, 4 candelicas, 5 candelicas, 6 candelicas, 7 candelicas, 8 candelas para mí. Muchas fiestas voy a hacer con alegría y placer. Muchas fiestas voy a hacer con alegría y placer. Oh, una candelica, 2 candelicas, 3 candelicas, 4 candelicas, 5 candelicas, 6 candelicas, 7 candelicas, 8 candelas para mí. Los pastelicos voy a comer con almendricas y la miel. Los pastelicos voy a comer con almendricas y la miel. Last time, sing it with us. Oh, una candelica, 2 candelicas, 3 candelicas, 4 candelicas, 5 candelicas, 6 candelicas, 7 candelicas, 8 candelas para mí, 8 candelas para mí, 8 candelas para mí. Hag Sameach, Happy Hanukkah. Thank you so much for joining us here at Congregation Kol Ami in West Hollywood, California. As Rabbi Egger said, we hope you will join us throughout this Festival of Lights, and we hope you'll join us to be the light. And you can post your Hanukkah and use the hashtag #BeTheLight and help spread the light on social media. Of course, you can like this feed on your Facebook or your YouTube. You can share it with friends, and we hope that you'll share with us in so many of the opportunities we have throughout this Festival of Lights. Hag Sameach, Happy Hanukkah!
Happy Hanukkah. Hag Sameach, everybody.